love to me is self-sacrifice and service in action. And so it's what I do. And what I do has to come from what's in my heart. And so when I'm looking for people to do this, the most satisfaction I've ever had in life is loving people and doing something to help them. We do that in this ministry. My name is Don Smailes. I'm 76 years old, and for the past 4 years I've had the privilege of taking surplus food from the store to the agencies in the inner city that deliver it to the needy. It's been a real blessing, and I love doing it. Something happened inside of me when I saw the potential and how it would benefit the community. The need for the people receiving it is there. The need for the store to get rid of it without throwing it away is there. The transport system that we do, I think, is a big part of the puzzle. It's a small part, but it's an integral, important part. Hey, good morning, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great. I've met people, the people who are on the street often have mental illness, they have addictions, they have reasons that they are homeless, maybe changes in employment, but it's an opportunity to show them love, show them that someone cares, and it means a lot to them. Wow, look at all this product that's going to go. Wow. Need a doorman here. I'll be the doorman. One of the fellows who's now, I met him, he's a driver for Hope Mission. He picks up things from the store. When he asked what we were doing and who we served, I told him Hosea Ministries. When I mentioned Hosea Ministries, he says, those are the first people that showed me love when I was out of work. And he's now been dry and working for 7 years. This is our community. The people that we serve are in this community. We do everything that we can to make sure this store is successful. If this store's not here, nothing happens here. And the people that you're meeting, the staff that you're meeting, they're the ones that make it happen. They're the ones that have bought into what we're doing. Because 3 years ago, the things from produce here would all be in that dumpster. It's interesting to try and think of why you're passionate about something. It definitely, in my case, is related to our journey as a family growing up in Canada after the war. The loss of a mother, a father that was struggling, and a family that needed the help of community, and community responded, have definitely affected me. There's 12 kids around that are glad he was around. But in terms of the model of a father, many people would grade that he never made it. But I love my dad. But that doesn't change the fact of what it. Now, he served 5 years in the Second World War. He saw things that I have no idea of. And I don't know how they affected his life. I simply know how his life affected mine and the kids that were part of it. And so I know what a broken home is like. It's not the same as somebody else's, but I know some of those things. And I know what I've been rescued from, and I can identify with the situation that they're in. And when I served in healthcare, I served people in the inner city. I had no idea what I was getting into. As a caregiver, they tell you, don't get too involved with the patients that you treat. If you don't care about them, you don't do your job very well. And yeah, you hurt when you lose them, but boy, you rejoice when you see them whole. I lost my mother when I was 8. My dad became an alcoholic and a street person. People helped us in the community that we were there. We saw God provide through people. And definitely it has formed my character. But I'm not a victim of that. I'm someone who is like they are because I went through that. And I value that. And so I can relate to them. Yeah.
Lots of stuff there. They got a big meal here tonight too, eh? So
wow. There's one for you. A one-handed one for you. Perfect. You want something? Here's something. It's wieners. They can go with the salad. What I see what we're doing is community helping community. And there's a whole community here. The community of the store, the community of the customers of the store, then the community that we serve outside, like the school, and then those that are needy, who can't afford what would otherwise be thrown away, or it helps them to stretch their budget. There's many Albertans who are very prosperous. There's many Albertans who are struggling. So very much we're serving the community. Part of what I've learned in life is that the experiences that we have, while you may not have any control of them, are often somebody else who is not in control of what the ideal would be. And certainly I think that's part of my dad's story. And so I love him because God has given me a love for him. And when I spoke at his funeral, I talked about the things I learned from my dad. Some of them were what would be classified as the failures in his life. But the reality is that he was the father that God gave me. And I wish that I knew more about the good things of his life, but that's not in my hands. What is in my hands is my life.